Welcome to the Volunteer Global video blog. Today, let's go over how to extend your volunteer abroad trip. Let's say you're on a volunteer project overseas. You really love the work in the community, but you're scheduled to wrap up soon. You don't want to leave, so how do you go about staying longer than you planned? There are several things to consider, so let's just go over a few of them. This is kind of a no-brainer. If you have a full-time job you have to come back to in a set time frame, unfortunately you'll probably have to book another trip later. Or you could beg your boss for a leave extension and then treat your coworkers to a nice dinner for covering your work. But let's say you do have the time. What should you do next? Ask yourself whether you have enough money to cover an extended stay on your project. Make sure you consider housing and food, extra program expenses, flight change fees, and other programs like excursions and souvenirs. If the answer is yes, then ask your volunteer group whether they're okay with you staying a bit longer. Regardless of your budget and time, whether you can extend your volunteer project really depends on the group you're working with. Some organizations don't allow their volunteers to extend beyond their set time frame. Usually it's because they don't have housing for you and the incoming volunteer that might already have reservations for the room you're staying in. On the other hand, your group might be more lenient and even welcoming to the idea of you staying on longer than expected. As long as there's housing available and you're staying busy with your volunteer project, you can probably stay on as long as you like. But just to stay on the safe side, be sure you know whether your volunteer group is okay with it before changing any travel plans like your plane tickets or leave extension if you need one. So if all of this works out in your favor, then consider whether you'd like to take some time off to explore if you haven't already. You might want to take a break between your original project end date and your new start date. Some volunteer abroad groups work a Monday to Friday schedule, giving you a weekend or even a week or two off between your extension. And that's all we've got for today. If you'd like to learn more about volunteering and traveling abroad, connect with us on volunteerglobal.com or on Facebook and Twitter.